Okay, so hello everyone. This is part 23 of our playlist JavaScript. In this video, we are going to learn about array of objects. So what is the meaning of array of objects? So array of objects are commonly used in JavaScript to represent collection of data, okay, such as list of users or products. They provide a flexible and efficient way to store and manipulate data in your application. Okay, for example, like you have list of employees. Okay, so you have list of employee and you have to store this list of employee in array. So how you will store it? So what we will do, we will create array of object in this case. Okay, so let me write the code so that you can understand. Okay, array of objects. Okay, so how we can create, for example, let employee, okay, let employees equals to, okay, what I'm going to create, I'm going to create array. Okay, inside the array I'll create the object. So in order to create the object, we will use this curly braces. Inside the curly braces, we will write employee property. Okay, but we will not create only one employee data. We will create more than one employee data. If you want to create more than one employee data, you will use these curly braces. Okay, if you are using this curly braces for one time, means this is for one employee data and this is for another employee data. Okay, so what is the employee data? Employee data we will keep in the way of, in the form of key and value. Okay, for example, let's say id of employee. For example, id is 1, so id is key and this value is associated with this id. This is key and this is value. So in object, data is stored as a key value pair. Okay, but we have more than one objects, so we can say this is a array of objects. Okay, let me create more properties. Like employee must have a name. Okay, let's say name is, let me say my name. Okay, and employee have age also. Okay, let's say 24. Okay, then employee have designation. Okay, so what is the designation? Let's say full stack trainer. Okay, and then employee is like, we can say this employee is like is active or not. So we can say is active. So is it true or false? We can mention. Okay, like that. So this is complete one object. Okay, this is one object inside the array. Okay, so what would be the index value of this array? So the index value of this array would be 0, right? Okay, we will discuss it. Okay, just I'm giving you an example only. Now I want to create another array. Okay, another object, right? So I'll create another object. So here the second employee and name of the second employee. Okay, like Raju. Okay, then age is like 40, and then designation is AI ML trainer, right? And is active, let's say false. So like that. So why we are using employees array? Because I want to store more than one employee data. Okay, like if you want to store another employee data, so then just copy it and paste it. But don't forget this comma. If you will not, if you will miss the comma, means error will come. So you have to keep comma here. Okay. So what's the employee ID? Let's say 3. What's the name of the employee? Let's say Suresh. What's the age? Age is like 18, right? And we can say backend developer. Okay, is active? Yes, true. Like that. Okay, so we have created employees array. Inside the array, we have object. So this is one employee, this is another employee, and this is another employee. Okay, suppose I want to print this employee name. So how can I print? So what I will do here, okay, let me write semicolon also. So I will say console.log. Okay, now I will write array name. What is the array name? Employees. Okay, so let me write here array name employees. Okay, now what I have to mention, index value. This is 0th index. Okay, this is one index, this is second index. Okay, because array indexing start from 0, and this object index is 0, we can say this is 0 index, and this is index 1. Okay, and this is index 2, right? And what I want to access index 0 employee name. Okay, so what I will write here, I will write here employee, and inside the square braces I will write the index 0 index. 0 index means we are talking about which object? This object. And I want to access the name. So here after the bracket I will write here name. Okay, like, let me save it. Right, now copy this, copy the path. Okay. This is simple HTML file. Okay, and this HTML file linked with JavaScript, this app.js file. Okay, so let me copy the path of this file index.html, right? And then let me open the browser. Okay, and let me paste the path. Okay, so now let me open the inspect mode. Okay, so here what it is coming? Name is coming. Okay, employee name is coming, right? Okay, so what we wanted to access? Okay, here we have our code app.js. Okay, so what we want to access? We wanted to access the name only. Okay, now I want to access second employee name. If you want to access second employee name, so what you will do? Simply you will write here console.log and employee array name. Okay, now you will mention the position. This is 0th index and this is index 1. So we will write index 1. Okay, now whatever property of this object you want to access, just write the name after dot. Okay, for example name, right? Semicolon. Just go to the browser and refresh it. Okay, so second employee name is Raju is coming, right? Second employee Raju is coming. Okay, suppose I want to print like how many employees are there in this array. So how we can print like how many number of employees are there in the employees array. So simply what we can do, we can just print the length. Okay, so we can say console.log and then we will write employees array name and then we will simply write here length. Okay, so this is how we can get the length of the array. Okay, so what's the length? This is one employee, second employee, and third employee. So we have three employees. So easily we can identify. But if you have like thousands of employee data, then it would be difficult to identify how many objects are there. So in this case, you will use this length property. Okay, so let's go to the browser and refresh it. Okay, so what's the length? 3. Okay, length is 3. Now suppose I want to print. Now I want to print each and employee details. I want to print all employees details. So how we can print the employee detail? So we will use here for loop. Okay, in order to print the employees detail, each employee detail, we will use array. Okay, sorry, we will use for loop. Simply we will write here for and then we will write let I equals to 0 and I employees length. Okay, and I plus plus. Why I am giving employees dot length? Because here I can also write here like 3. Okay, because how many employees are there? We know 3 employees are there. Okay, 2 and this one is 3. But suppose if we don't know how many employees are there, so in this case you will write array name which is employees. Okay, then write here length. When you write here length, so automatically it will fetch how many employees are there. Okay, then after that what I will do, I will print each employee details. So in order to print each employee detail, we will write here console.log. Okay, and here I will use backticks and I will say name column, right? And I will print like this. Okay, so initially I value is 0. I value initially is what? 0. So it will print employee 0th position name. What's the employee 0th position? This is the 0th position employee name. Okay, like that. And before name, let me print ID log. Okay, log backtick, right? Then I'll print ID. Okay, so I forgot to close this curly braces. And here also I forgot. Okay, now it is fine. Okay, so now let me print console.log and then I'll print designation like this. Okay, it is not single quote but backtick. We have to write here backtick, right? And then console.log and I'll write this is active, right? So these are the properties and let me print age also. Okay, after name I'll print age console.log. Okay, so I'll say age. Okay, so it will print age. So once it will print one employee detail, then I will say console.log and here I'll give single quote and this line to identify like this is data means separate the data of each employee. It will separate each employee data. Are you getting or not? So first I value is 0. So it will print 0th employee ID, 0th employee name, 0th employee age, 0th employee designation, 0th employee activeness. Okay. After that, what will happen? Once it will print, after that it will print this. And then it will update I value. I value previously was 0, but I value will update. Then I value become 1. So this will print one employee ID. One means one index. Okay, this is I'm talking about means this ID, this name, and this everything it will print of the second employee. After that, it will come in last. It will print this test dash. Okay. After that, I value will increase. I value become 2. So it will print second object ID. Second object is what? Third employee means this is second position. Second position employee details it will print. Okay. So let me save it. Okay. Let me open the browser. Let me refresh it. Okay. See, it is printing first employee ID. It is printing name. It is printing age. Okay, designation also printing. Activeness is also printing. Like this, it is printing. Okay, are you getting or not? Okay, so this is the simple way. Hope you're understanding. Right? I'm just giving you a basic example. But in array, in employee array, we can keep thousands employee and we can keep more than 1,000 employee. Okay, in that case, we will use the simple code in order to print the each employee detail. Right? Okay, so thank you everyone for watching this video. In the next video, we will learn how we can access employee detail without writing index value. We will not write the index value, right? Means in the next video, we will learn how we can use for off loop. Okay, like how we can use for off, right? So in the next video, we will learn about this. All right. So thank you everyone for watching this video.